Good morning, and thank you for joining us this morning. We can get started with the TDC meeting today, January 11th, 2024. I'm Cecil Pendergast, the Chairman of the Board of County Commissioners. Thank you for being here this morning. If we could please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. Do a roll call, please. Yes, here.
Here.
Councilman Liston Bouchette.
Present.
Pamela Cronin.
Here.
Tony Lappy.
Here.
Jay Johnson.
Yep.
Rob Wells.
Here.
Bill Wachullis.
Good morning.
Brian Kramer.
Good morning.
Councilman Bill Stanky.
Here.
Councilman Larry Peaceful.
Here.
Councilman Nigel Pollux. Mayor Dan Allers.
Great, thank you. And thank you all for being here this morning. I think being patient, started a few minutes late. We had to get a lot of pictures taken this morning, so hopefully everybody got their pictures taken this morning. And if we could, first thing on the agenda, we have the presentation to the guest first participants earning the American Hotel and Lodging Education to certification. So, Camera, thank you for joining me.
Yep, absolutely.
Nicole, thank you.
Good morning. Thank you, everyone. We are going to be presenting our certified guest service professionals this morning, and part of our program is our Guest First program in partnership with the American Hotel Lodging Education Institute. And these members this morning are on the way to getting, not only have they gotten certified, but we have 16 certified properties in our destination. And with this group you see amongst me today, they have now brought our community up to 1,124 certified guest service professionals in our community. So we are very proud of that. So they have worked really hard to partake in our program and attend all the sessions. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and call your names. As you come up, you're going to receive your pen and your certificate and then come back to your seat. All right. So as we get started this morning, we're going to kick off with Billy's Bike Rentals with Vittorio Rodino. From the Florida Repertory Theater, we have Emily Yorgi. From the Hampton Inn and Suites, we have Wendy Doherty. From Lee County Parks and Recreation, we have Trevor Sneerly. From Lee County Port Authority, we have Ryan Arnold. From Lee County Solid Waste, we have Anna Acevedo. We have Kyler Johnson and Anna Mendel. From our Lee County Visitor and Convention Bureau and Visitor Services, we have Coral Budin. We have Mary Bowers. We have Lana Kupperschmidt. And we have Kathy Resmick. Thank you so much. Congratulations to each of you. And we are very excited as we kicked off in 2024, and we could not do this with all of your support. So thank you for your continued support, and this concludes our presentation. Thank you again.
Thank you for all the staff, and thank you for all the sponsors. And we all know something that what we're known for in the area here. If you talk to people as they visit here and look at the surveys, how important hospitality is with the customer services. And you see that when you get off the plane here at RSW and throughout your stay here in Lee County. I think that's a recognition. So again, thank you for the people, the employers that participate in this program. It's really important.
It is.
Okay. Next, we have approval of the December 14th, 2023 TDC minutes.
So moved.
We have a motion. Is there a second? Oh, he seconded? Okay, so just make sure. Any discussion on those minutes? No discussion. Any objection? No objection. Motion carries. Thank you. And at this time, we have public input. So any public to be heard at this time? Any public? Okay. Municipalities to be heard. Any municipalities in the audience here would like to be heard?
Good morning. I'm Claudia Miller, and I'm going to be giving today's update on Cape Coral. I apologize if I sound a little nasally. I'm still getting used to the Florida weather and pollen. Okay, so first thing on the agenda is our new Parks and Rec Activity Guide. The guide just came out. It covers events from January through April. There are 4,000 copies that are printed, distributed at the Chamber, City Hall, Library, City Parks, and Rec Centers. There's also a digital version with easy registration links for people to participate in all the activities. It's a great resource of Cape Coral Parks, special events, youth and outdoor activities, tours, and arts and cultural events. I encourage you to check it out if you haven't. It is a great resource, and also a great resource if you have company from outside. Next, we have the Tour de Cape. You probably have all heard about that. That is our 33rd annual year of the tour. The festivities kick off at Rotary Park. There'll be a food truck, free sunset yoga, maps, race packets, and T-shirts. For those of you who aren't familiar with the Tour de Cape, it's a 5K run walk. There are also mini kids rides, and participants can choose to ride their bikes anywhere from 15 to 100-mile treks. Last year, there were 859 participants, attracting athletes from 27 U.S. states, including Canada, and 14% of those attendees stayed at local hotels and vacation rentals. Our tourism spotlight for today is the Rotary Park Environmental Center. It is considered the environmental hub of Cape Coral. It's a 97-acre park, focuses on environmental education and recreation with nature trails, bird walks, butterfly garden, bike path, and it's the only dog park in Cape Coral, the Wagging Tails Dog Park. It also is the place where it hosts the Burrowing Owl Festival, which is coming up, and as I mentioned, it is the start of the Tour de Cape. And it's also close to the West End, which is great for all of our visitors. Advertising. So, as you may be aware, Cape Coral is advertising at the airport, but we've now added the Punta Gorda Airport to the mix. The advertising campaign started at the end of December. It's running 6 months. It's on 7 monitors throughout the terminal, promoting Cape Coral events, outdoor activities, family-friendly and business-friendly community. Just as an FYI, there were 2 million passengers reported last year traveling through the airport. Here are the ads. Promoting Cape Coral, explore Cape Coral, enjoy Cape Coral, thrive in Cape Coral. And these will be rotating on the monitors, and they all have a QR code so we can track who's engaging and how effective the ads are. The fourth ad that's running is an ad with upcoming events, focusing on all the activities that are going on through. Well, this is through July 4th, but includes the Concert in the Park series, the Bike Night Motorcycle Festival, Music and Arts Fusion Walk, Movies in the Park series. And it just is a reminder to people that there are a lot of parks in Cape Coral, a lot of activities that are outdoors, and many of them are free. You probably know that we are also hosting the annual Cape Coral Art Festival and Marketplace. It's the 39th event. That's coming up actually this weekend. And it was voted best outdoor event by readers of Gulf Shore Life magazine. And it was named 5th best art festival in the nation by Sunshine Artists website. Showcases over 300 artists and craftsmen from around the world. It is one of the largest special events in Lee County. Over 140,000 attendees and over a half a mile of exhibitors. So lots of art, plenty to see. This event is presented by the Cape Coral Rotary in partnership with the VCB. So we're looking forward to that, and that is on Cape Coral Parkway, so the street will be blocked off. Our Economic and Business Development Business Spotlight, or as you'll see it on the social media, the EBD Spotlight. And those are weekly posts highlighting local retail, restaurants, services, and unique businesses. It's a way to support new and existing Cape Coral businesses. It engages the community and also leverages the city's social media channels. And currently, we have 23,000 followers on Facebook and 3,400 followers on Instagram. The pictures you see there are a picture of a running group that we featured, boat tours, art gallery, and a mobile coffee shop. Our Quest update. As you know, we're in the second year of this. This Quest 2.0 began December 1st. It's been very popular. So far, we've had 502 people sign in, 742 location check-ins, 43 prizes awarded, 13 coupons redeemed, and 11 people who have entered to win the two-night stay at the Westin. This is a great event, and we're really happy to collaborate on this. We have 30 sites that people can go and check out, so it just encourages people to explore the community, the local parks, landmarks, and businesses. So we look forward to it will run all year, so we look forward to another successful year of Quest 2.0. As we mentioned, the Guest First customer service program is in full swing, and we are pleased to be partnering with the VCB to host two of the events. That's coming up January 18th. The first session is Do You Hear What I See? And that focuses on verbal and non-verbal communications. And then at 1 o'clock we have the second session, Icing on the Cake, and that focuses on going above and beyond. And lastly, we have just a little update on Cape Coral growth. So last year we had 83,194 new building permit applications. That represents a 60.6 increase over the prior year. We had 81,851 building permits issued last year. Again, that's a 77% increase over the prior year. And the commercial construction permits valuation at $258,691,776. So that's a big number. We're happy. We're proud of that. We're growing and we're busy. Thank you.
Next, any other city?
Cecil?
Yes, Lynn.
Well, I've got not to discuss the parking, that's confusing for all of us, but did want to tune you into.
A lot of feedback this morning.
Tune you in. Fort Myers is hosting Contemporary Issues in Sports along with Tiffin University. We'll be bringing in the family of the founder of the Olympic Games, de Coubertin. The FBI has given us a security briefing of how the games are in big events and venues and facilities are handled. The international sport of court arbitration has given us the legal definitions. Women in Sports is participating with their national chair. We're bringing in a group of Olympians, NFL, NBA players that will visit the school systems on Friday. And this is all backed by Bank of America, Lee Health, and our Chamber of Commerce. And I have to thank Jeff Milkey for stepping up also, because he's probably the best resource in the community. So you'll hear more about this in the days ahead.
Thank you. We'll have that later in the agenda. We'll have a place for other people the members could speak about. So thank you. Yes, sir? Yes, sir?
Hello, my name is Jeff Hauge. I'm with the town of Fort Myers Beach. I just want to first thank you for your continuing support as we rebuild Fort Myers Beach. The traffic is back. If you haven't been on the beach, which is a great thing. I know some people think it's a negative thing, but for us, it's meaning increased tourism. Things are coming back. We're collaborating with many of the resorts that are open. Diamond Head, Pink Shell, Margaritaville has really boosted the attendance on the island for sure. I just want to kind of highlight a few things that we've been going on. Maybe I'll get around to making a great presentation like that for next time, but for now I'll just read them off. We had our New Year's Eve fireworks that were a huge success. It was a great show. We had some nice donors that donated to a wonderful show, and I was down at Times Square, and it was busy. It was packed. It had a lot of good. Had a lot of good people walking around. We had some concerts going on. It was just a great day to see everyone walking around, doing some shopping for the shops that are open. And Times Square has really just still continued to be a tourist hotspot for us. Even though there's a lot of buildings that aren't built or that are down, it's still a big hub for people walking around. That's probably our biggest tourist attraction that we have right now, with the clock and the beaches as well. A couple of our facilities that are open during the build back. Mound House is continuing to be open. We have tours going on Wednesday through Saturday. The grounds are open 7 days a week. We have an observation pier that a lot of people like to fish off of, and I heard fishing's been good down there. I took my son down as well, and we caught a few things, so I can attest to that. Kayak tours that we run out of Mound House are Wednesdays and Saturday mornings, and our lecture series continues on a monthly basis. Bayside Veterans Park, we just renamed Bayside Park to Bayside Veterans Park, which is down by Snug Harbor, Nervous Nellies, and Wahoo Willie's on that end. We have a weekly concert series down there every Sunday from 4 to 7. It's been very well attended. Last week was a little slow just because of the weather was so cold, but with that corner of Bayside Park being so busy, we've had a wonderful turnout of people coming down and listening to concerts, and we try to get as many genres as we can. It's not just rock and roll. We've had some jazz bands down there and such. So we've had a lot of activity all the way down Old St. Carlos from Bayside to Times Square. It's been good. Been a lot of traffic, a lot of foot traffic. Our Bay Oaks Recreation Center and campus is going to be open starting Tuesday. We did the renovations on that. So the rec center will be open for the weight room, all new equipment, cardio room, all new equipment. We'll also host pickleball, indoor and outdoor, open gym, volleyball, and fitness classes. We also have a BOSS program, Bay Oaks Social Seniors, that meet. Yesterday they did a bike trip, which was great. That was our first trip back. We're going to be doing, we're going to try to do 4 BOSS events for our seniors per month. Times Square, like I said, is still our biggest hotspot probably as far as tourism goes. It's really nice to have Margaritaville there. People just walk right over. Enjoy the restaurants that are there. Sit around, watch the golf, enjoy the beach, and we also have farmers market down there every Friday morning. And that's been just packed. It's been great. We're still doing our beach renourishment program, getting our beaches back to where they were. And overall, we're seeing a lot more movement down there as far as tourism goes. It helps that Diamond Head, Pink Shell, resorts, Margaritaville are open. They're all great places to visit and stay, and they just enhance our visitor services. I think that's it for me. Thank you.
Thank you. It's nice to see the traffic coming back. Never thought I would say that, but it's nice to go and see all the traffic again. Any other cities to speak this morning? Great. Well, what else better way to kick off the new year with Tamara? So I'm sure Tamara's got some good news for us today. So, Tamara, you have the floor.
All right, well, November bed tax collection came in at 2.7 million. That is an increase of 14% over November of 2022. And then for the fiscal year to date, and remember that's just, excuse me, October and November, just over $5 million, which is up 10% over that same two-month period in 22. And when we were meeting last month, Rob asked some questions, so I think we'll share these slides for a while just so we can kind of see that 5-year trend. There will probably become a point in time where this is not necessary, but I think right now it's very helpful for you to see where things land relative to the past few years. Now, I will add probably the only, what I'm going to call normal year in that 5-year span was 2019. But you can kind of see where that bed tax collection falls. Obviously, nowhere near the November of 21 time frame. That certainly was where we benefited during the pandemic with no international travel, no travel to the islands and other things. But it definitely is fairly comparable to 2019, as you see. In terms of the STAR report, occupancy, ADR and RevPAR all down, 68.3% for November, and then STAR does this on the calendar year, so this would be January through November. Our occupancy is right at 70%, which is down 3.2% when compared to 22. On the next slide, similarly, I have the 5-month occupancy, 5-year STAR occupancy, ADR, and RevPAR, so you can see how this falls. I hope that answers some of the questions that I heard last month and just kind of gives you an idea of where this falls. I will point out that in November of 22, we had a constrained number of rooms, and we had a lot of demand from support services who were here helping us in the immediacy after the hurricane. So I think that's why you see such a high number there. It clearly is out of line for the normal time frame. And then in terms of our key data, this is the vacation rental data source that we have. Occupancy actually was up in November, as was ADR. But for the calendar year to date, of course, still down. As you know, those units are also in recovery mode. Next slide. As we have for the last few months, we are updating our hotel room count, and I am super excited to report we have crossed the 11,000 unit mark and are at 76%. This week, the first condo taking paying guests opened on Sanibel Moorings with about half of their units, a little bit more than half their units opened, and it was really a pleasure to be able to be there and celebrate that with Kari Cordisco and her team. As you can imagine, they've worked very, very hard to get those units back open, as have all the properties that are reopening, but it was exciting to be part of that. So, I anticipate, we will see the numbers creeping up every month, but as we all know, we still have 24% off, and it is affecting that bottom line for sure. In terms of passenger count at the airport, good news there as well. Passenger count was up 17%, just under 1 million passengers, and for the calendar year, we're almost with the complete calendar year there. 8.9, almost 9 million passengers, just down 5.3% compared to 22. So those numbers are starting to look really, really good. We're really happy about that. All right. Now I am going to, I'm going to give you the communications report. Unfortunately, Ray could not be with us today, so I will be your communications update today. bear with me. The PR team was busy this month, in this final quarter of 23. That's what you're seeing from all the managers today will be, the department directors is their final quarter 23 report. In terms of who we hosted, we had a group of outdoor writers from Georgia, a group of travel writers from the UK, domestic writers from key target markets, and from Germany we had two groups, a group of journalists that spent a week here. We also had, we had our German radio network contact in town doing some interviews, and we welcomed German's premier golf writers for a visit to play several of our local courses. We also hosted a music video reveal party to roll out our destination anthem, Feels Like Home to Me, which Brian shared with you last month. In terms of a special project we did with Visit Florida, we hosted a photographer named Michael Myers, and he visited our area, and I am really, really pleased with these images that he has shared in his social channels and has given both Visit Florida and us permission to share in our social channels as well. So we're really excited to have these beautiful images. In terms of coverage, it was a solid quarter for both domestic and international. You see here some coverage from the UK. Next slide. The Nordic regions, Germany and Canada. And then last slide, the interest in the destination remains really strong. Condé Nast Traveler, Cosmopolitan, the Boston Globe, and Lonely Planet. So we had some really good placements pieces for the destination this month. In terms of impressions, 431 million for the quarter. And then I'm very proud to report that the team was part of two Gold Medal Award winners at the Hospitality Sales and Marketing Association's Adrian Awards. Our winning entries were for the Fox Weather Series, focusing on our destination's recovery, and those included interviews with then TDC Chairman Brian Hammond, as well as several tourism industry partners. And then the Sunday morning, CBS Sunday Mornings, A Moment in Nature was filmed at Ding Darling, and we won a gold for that as well. So nice to see the team's work recognized. As you know, the team prioritizes earned media for the destination, they're still working on a number of projects to ensure robust communications within the community as well. And these include, of course, the Shellcast, our weekly What to Do that goes out to industry partners so they stay informed on happenings and can share them with their customers, our monthly partner newsletter, and of course our monthly partner spotlight. The most recent one featured the opening at Margaritaville Beach Resort at Fort Myers Beach, and you can either go to the Visit Fort Myers YouTube channel or point your camera at the QR code on the screen and it will take you to those partner spotlights. So with that, that is Ray's report for the month, and I'm going to ask Jill Vance and Charm Evans to present the sales report.
Good morning, Council. I'm Jill Vance, Director of Sales, and here is a recap of our first quarter results for our new fiscal year sales goals. We're off to a great start with our meeting RFP room nights being booked by our hotel partners. We are slightly behind, however, for the RFP room nights that we're sending to our hotel partners. However, I am confident that we will make up the difference. And we're right on pace for the remaining 4 goals. Okay, group media. I just want to highlight a few examples. For meetings media, here are a couple print ads that we ran, one in Corporate and Incentive Travel Meetings magazine, which has over 60,000 subscribers, and another in Florida Trend that has 270,000 subscribers. We also posted a virtual tour on Convention South's website, in which the featured meeting property was changed monthly. For our travel trade media, in November, we launched a new destination education program for travel advisors on a platform called Wellness Travel University. The course educates our travel advisors on our wellness facilities and activities. Just in the month of November, the open rate promoting this course was 2.5 times higher than the benchmark. And we also made this course available on our travel trade webpage. Here are some of the group sales team's activities for last quarter. I just want to highlight one. Here's Betsy with a planner at the American Express Interaction Show in Seattle, Washington. Almost 1,000 meeting professionals were in attendance. And in addition to one-on-one appointments, Betsy attended networking and educational events. And we consistently get great results from this show. Although we're still gathering the results from this year's show, last year, 22 RFPs with almost 18,000 room nights were sent to our hotel partners as a direct result of this show. Some travel trade activities for last quarter. Here's Jennifer at the CCRA Power Solutions Show in New York City. So this is a travel advisor trade show supplemented with a networking event. This show gave us the opportunity to get in front of a great mix of New York City travel advisors, many of those who are home-based and who book both leisure and business travelers. Some upcoming activities for the domestic sales team. For January, I just want to highlight that even as we speak, Betsy and Lauren are dividing and conquering at the PCMA Convening Leaders Conference. This is a hosted by our event with over 4,500 attendees. We also get great results from this show. In fact, last year, 17 RFPs with almost 19,000 room nights were sent to our hotel partners as a result of this show. And in February, Erin will be attending Rendezvous South, which is a new show for us. This 3-day show is put on by Convention South Media Group, and Southeast destinations will meet with event planners from across the United States in a small group setting and conduct 15-minute appointments, which is about double the time of standard appointments. And this format is great for relationship building. And here's a fun fact. Our very own Tam Pygott was one of the winners of the Meeting Professionals to Watch in 2024, which is featured in Convention South's December issue. So congratulations, Tam. And finally, for March, another new show we will be attending is the CMP Advanced Show. So this show is available exclusively to meeting professionals who have earned their Certified Meeting Professional designation. And our very own Erin Lester is one of those people. So Erin and about 200 CMPs will be attending this 2-day show, which includes peer-to-peer learning, along with many other networking opportunities. And we're really looking forward to the results of that show. Are there any questions before I turn it over to Charm?
Questions?
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jill.
Good morning. I'm Charm Evans, the Global Sales Manager, reporting on the international sales activities for the period of October through December. During this first quarter, the team has continued to engage and educate the international travel trade and consumers. And as such, we've participated in the annual Brand USA Travel Week and CEO Summit in London in October, where we networked and held one-on-one appointments with tour operators, travel promotion companies, and key buyers of the US, UK, and European travel industries. We discussed trends, challenges, and opportunities that will stimulate future visitation to the U.S. from these markets. Some recurring points that were mentioned during Travel Week included the status of the destination and when do we anticipate the region being fully recovered, pushback on room rates in the destination and Florida as a whole, and contracting opportunities with our accommodation partners. In addition to Travel Week, the team attended the FTI North American Roadshow, which took place in Germany across 5 cities, and we had the opportunity to train over 200 agents there. As the only Florida region represented, we were quite popular with the attendees who displayed increased interest in the destination and our offerings. During the month of November and December, we also hosted 2 destination familiarization trips. One of those was the Visit Florida Canadian FAM, where we hosted 8 travel advisors and 2 Visit Florida representatives. And this was a joint FAM event with the Naples and St. Pete Clearwater CVB as partnering destinations, thus allowing these agents to maximize on their time in the state by being hosted in multiple cities. The group enjoyed experiencing the destination and having the opportunity of seeing our recovery process post-hurricane. Afterwards, Visit Florida conducted a survey in which the agents positively commented that much of the area is recovered and they are looking forward to promoting our destination to their clients in the near future. According to Expedia, December is the top month of future booked room nights for the German market, and what better time to host agents? In partnership with Discover Airlines and Universal Destinations and Experience, we also hosted a group of agents from Germany, and they were able to explore and gain firsthand knowledge on our current offerings of things to see, do, and taste, as well as hear what's to come. As always, we are appreciative of our partnerships and the collaboration we have with our industry partners. Looking forward, we are excited to be attending the ABF Travel and Vacation Show in Hanover, which takes place at the end of this month. And we are also participating or conducting a familiarization trip before Visit Florida's Florida Huddle event that occurs in February. The goal of this pre-huddle FAM is to entice and engage with our international product managers and make sure that we remain top of mind when they are talking in the markets. Afterwards, the group will depart to Miami to attend Florida Huddle, which is an appointment-based international trade event where we will network and attend educational sessions provided by Visit Florida. And in March, the team will continue to participate in various trade events and consumer shows, including 2024 ITB Berlin in Germany, which is one of the largest global B2B travel trade shows, and we will conduct pre-scheduled meetings and seminars as well as networks throughout the week. That concludes my report. Please let me know if you have any questions. Yes, Rob?
Hey, I didn't know if I heard you right. Did you say you got some pushback on Florida rates in general?
Yes. So there were a few discussions, primarily from the European market, Germany and Sweden, that wanted to know why the rates were so high, and if we had a magic 8-ball, when would those rates possibly be lowered? And that was just across the board, not just our destination, but all of the coastal Florida.
Was there a change in exchange rates that might have contributed to that? Or is that just based on our rates?
I think it's based on our rates, but, labor costs and insurance costs are driving that rate up.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, Council. Simone Bayer, Director of Visitor Services. Happy to report on Visitor Services update for the first quarter and also for the calendar year 2023. During the year, our volunteers assisted a record number of 390,448 visitors and residents at RSW. They worked 27,411 hours at a value of $847,000. They helped out at 21 different projects throughout the year. For the fall months, October through December, the top requests in terms of accommodations was the Courtyard by Marriott at the airport, Doubletree at Bell Tower, and the Holiday Inn Express at the airport. The top attractions, aside from the beaches, was the Edison Home, 6 Mile Cypress Slough, and Manatee Park. Top activities was fishing, shopping, and attending festivals. During those 3 months, our volunteers were involved in various community and partner support events such as greeting the Breeze Airlines inaugural flight from Norfolk and assisting the Port Authority at a mass casualty incident exercise. They also helped out at various conferences and sporting events taking place at the Hyde Regency, Calusa Sound, and Hertz Arena. We were very, very busy attending 14 different destination education tours throughout the county. And here you can see we took a lot of pictures of our volunteers learning about our beautiful destination. During the month of December, our volunteers like to dress up in holiday gear, and they have a lot of fun with it, and I can tell you the traveling public absolutely loves to be greeted by our happy volunteers in full festive gear. So I think it's quite an impact. We also assisted at the Fort Myers Tip-Off in November, as well as Roy Hobbs World Series in October and November. In early December, we celebrated our volunteers at a holiday gathering at Buckingham Farms, which gave us the opportunity to tell them how much we love them and thank them for all they do. Looking ahead, we have started early morning and evening shifts in addition to our regular shifts at the airport. So we start at 7:30 a.m. and have shifts running through all the way to 9 p.m. 7 days a week, and this will stay this way until mid-April. Volunteers look forward to helping out at the baseball information booths at both spring training stadiums in February and March, and we will be hosting the 34th annual Volunteer Tourism Ambassador Appreciation Luncheon taking place April 12th at the Hyatt Regency. You'll all receive your invitations for it, and we hope you'll be able to join us. There's a few upcoming destination visit FAMs for our volunteers, including Rotary Park and Hampton Inn in Cape Coral, as well as Margaritaville. And that's it for me. Are there any questions?
Any questions?
Thank you, Simone.
Nancy? Thank you.
Good morning. Nancy McPhee, Product Development. I'm here this morning to share some updates for all of our funding programs. I would like to start with the Beach and Shoreline program. There's no action needed on this item. We previously sent to you in your packet some refreshed Beach and Shoreline guidelines. At your encouragement, we've attempted to provide a better background and guidelines for applicants seeking funding through the program. We're going to open the application cycle for fiscal year 25 next week on January 18th. So all of our project managers in the different municipalities will be shared, these guidelines will be shared with them as well. Detail in the guidelines includes project eligibility, funding standards, required documentation, and the evaluation process. I've also included a timeline for the program. You can see it'll open next week. The deadline for applications is in March, and then Lee County staff and county attorney will begin their review, and then we will share it with the Coastal Advisory Council. And the TDC workshop is going to be here on April 24th. We hope you all can join us. 2 weeks in advance of that workshop, you'll be provided the detail that was done by county review and Coastal Advisory Council. We'll meet on the 24th to discuss recommendations for next year, and then in May, the TDC will formalize those recommendations. So while I'm not going to go through the whole document, I think it's very well done. With staffs and the county attorney spent a lot of time on this document, and I think it'll better provide guidance for our applicants. You need to note that under eligibility, all projects need to be meet the criteria of the Lee County Ordinance, the County Tourist Development Plan, as well as Florida state statutes. So while we've included lists of things that may not be eligible, that it's not limited to just them. There could be things that pop up that the county attorney will inform us of. So that's all I have on Beach and Shoreline, unless anybody has any questions on the project.
Any questions?
All of the detail for these programs are on our partner site at Lee VCB.
Any question on that, Rob?
I was writing it quick. April 24th, and what's the time?
I believe it's at 2 p.m.
2 p.m. Thank you.
right here in this room. And we'll send you a calendar update related to that. Is there any other questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I have one more item, and this one is an action item. As you know, TDC allocates funding for events and attraction marketing each year. And behind my memo is the allocations that you recommended for this year. Each year, the TDC appoints a subcommittee to do this work, to do the heavy lifting. You do not need to be a voting member to participate in the subcommittee. Any TDC member can participate. You need to be available for the events marketing review in late May, and we do all of our reviews online. Some of you like to have a binder, but you can review everything online, and we meet after the June TDC meeting to discuss events marketing recommendations. And then in July, you'll receive access to review the attraction marketing funding requests, and there's sometimes a lot of them, sometimes almost 40. So we give you a good month to review them, and we will set the date for the workshop to discuss them once I know who's on the committee. Both of these programs are considered at the August TDC meeting. The full TDC will discuss them and make recommendations for fiscal year 25. So again, all the guidelines and timelines for these programs are available at leavecb.com. So what I'd like to ask is if anybody would like to volunteer to be on our TDC subcommittee. We need a minimum of 3 and a maximum of 5 TDC members. Yeah. Oops. I don't. What's the June TDC meeting? Anybody have a calendar? It's after the June TDC meeting, Jay. I apologize if I popped the wrong date in there. It is a Saturday? Oh. So June 13th. I apologize. I can't believe we didn't, all the eyes on my memo didn't catch that. June 13th is a Thursday, and again, the subcommittee stays after the formal TDC meeting to discuss and make recommendations. So June 13th. So I saw Councilman Steinke, Smith.
Ollie, Bill, Jay?
Did Bill volunteer?
No. Oh, Jay, I'm sorry. Sorry, I said Jay, Bill.
I
Jay.
just want to make sure. I saw hands go up.
Is it volunteer? Sure, yeah. Who raised their hand over there? We don't nominate you. You're here, so we can't throw you under the bus that bad.
Anybody else?
Reviewed in May and discussed in June.
Normally does it.
The subcommittee will review both programs.
I can't hear you.
So the subcommittee is going to review both programs. We used to have 2 different committees, but this committee will review both. So we have Councilman Steinke, Smith, Johnson, Wachulis. Anyone else? Okay, so we need a motion if somebody wants to make that motion.
Pam, did you raise your hand? I saw a little, but I want to make sure we get.
Hand. Nobody moves. It's like an auction. It's like an auction. Don't move.
Need a motion?
Thank you, Pam. Okay, so we're going to need a motion and a second for this action. So, the motion is Councilman. Jay seconds it. Yep. Okay, any public comment on this action? Okay, we'll come back to the council. Any objections? No objection. Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for everybody volunteering again. Thank you again, Nancy. I do want to recognize we've been rushing through the agenda here this morning. I think y'all being patient. Ben's here this morning. Seagull's in the airport, and I think many of you heard by now that Ben has been so blessed. He's had decades of experience here at RSW and provided us great service. And I can tell you, as a civilian, we all can attest to it for the last 25 years going to RSW, what a great destination we have is for the RSW. We always love to come back to our airport. So, Ben, thank you for your service. Ben's not leaving us till later in the year, but Ben has made his announcement that he's retiring soon. And we all retire at one time, but I know he's not going to go away altogether. So again, Ben, thank you for everything you've done for RSW and the service you could carry on out there. And thank you for performing so good. Thank you. And it's just, things change, and we look around, we have a lot of staff throughout the county, and people on drop and getting close to retirement, right? And it's just like, we lose such great leadership, and it's just, it's hard to believe. You never thought a year ago you start losing people because life goes on, and a lot of jobs change, and our office is elected, we're all people here elected, we are used to that. But when you have staff and have been in place for 20 or 30, 40 years, and you have the institutional knowledge that you cannot replace, it's hard sometimes for organizations. So again, thank you again, Ben, for everything you've done and your dedication to RSW, because I know you dedicate your life to RSW. So again, thank you. We're going to council information. Does anybody have any information for the council?
So there are a number of articles in your packet, information that may or may not be useful to you, but things that I think would be of interest to you. So just for your edification.
Thank you. TDC members, go down the roll here. Anything? Tony, you have anything for us?
No, just we're doing a little concert series this Friday on the patio, and then later on the beach on Saturday. So if you're not doing anything, you want to come out, I think you'd enjoy it. That's it.
I'm not going to call on everybody. I guess this is making. Anybody else have anything to talk about without? Jay?
Couple things. Putting on my on Monday, this coming Monday the 15th, I'm at the Chamber is having our annual meeting at the Legion Post 136, and Pam is our featured speaker that evening. Anybody else would like to attend that? Then on February 2nd, the Greater Fort Myers Chamber is hosting a Champions for Health event in coordination with Art Law. Will be on Broadway. It ties into the event that Liston was talking about earlier. We will have displays talking about health, as well as some pro athletes, former pro athletes, and athletes on the streets. We're looking forward to that event, and sponsorship is available through the Fort Myers Chamber.
Thank you. Holly?
Sure. First, Tam, congratulations on your award. I know you're a humble person, and I know it takes a team, but for you to have been awarded that, congratulations. And Ben, yay! I read it in the paper. I'm excited for Ben on his next endeavor. Hope everybody had a nice holiday. I know that for us, it seemed like a huge Christmas holiday. And into the new year, it seemed whatever a little more normal is. It was great to be able to celebrate some sort of a normalcy during the holidays. Our bridge work, as you all know, on December 22nd, we did the FDOT and the state did complete the work on the paved areas. It was very inconvenient for a while. We know that we have to get through those inconveniences as we get to our progress on the other side. The whole project is scheduled to be finished in 2027, and that will include the items that we at the TDC had put forward for the Spoil Islands with Lee County, the BOCC. So onward progress on that. So does that mean traffic is lighter? No. So now we are kind of running into what typically we would call our seasonal, even though a lot of it is contractor based. Just understand that our mornings as contractors come on, and also people that are coming to support our islands, probably in the early morning hours till around 10 or 10:30, and then in the afternoon at about 2:30 to 6:30. So this is typically what our seasonal traffic always was and will continue to be so. So continued patience is asked as we're working towards our recovery. When I look at what Tam has spoken about briefly, the moorings opening 62 units, that was a big deal for our island. As you all know, our heads in our beds are critically important for our economy in Southwest Florida, certainly our business economy at the city of Sanibel. Kari did an outstanding job in getting up every day, getting her staff out there, the staff dedicated to getting those 62 units open. This is a big deal for all of us. As you saw in the update, only 13.5 of our accommodations are open on Sanibel. And when you let that sink in and understand what Sanibel does contribute to our overall bed taxes, and also our beaches in Southwest Florida is the draw, as was also outlined in the visitor responses that Simone had provided. We know we have a long road ahead. but we're getting there, and we're really looking forward to 2024 having more openings. And I just want to thank Tam and her staff, because they are present at so much of what's celebrated on our island, and that really does go, it is very noticed, and we appreciate it, because all of our recovery together is going to recover for Southwest Florida, and that is whether, you know, our economic draw is also our tourism draw, which leads into the other draws for all of our industry and other things. People come and see our beaches first. And as I look, I wanted to also let you know that Chico's has a soft opening today in Periwinkle Place, and that is an anchor store for Periwinkle Place. That's one of our biggest projects on the island with businesses. So as we see that anchor that has a great history on this island, we understand the importance of that. So I know that we'll be seeing some familiar faces out there as well. And last, I wanted to let you know, on January 29th, we are holding the State of the Islands at Sanibel Harbor, and that is a partnership between the Charitable Foundation of the Islands and the Sanibel Captiva Chamber of Commerce, and it's presented by Amir Nito of FGCU, and that will focus on the city, real estate, nonprofits, and economic outlooks. So again, what happens to us actually filters out to all of Southwest Florida, so we welcome you to sign up and go to that. And with that, thank you for the time, I appreciate it, and we're all moving forward. I'm loving roaring into 2024.
Great, thank you. Bill?
Claudia did a great job of bringing everybody up to speed with what is going on in the Cape. We are very, very busy. Just a couple things I want to echo. Come out to the Arts Festival if you've never been before. It's an amazing couple days. Some neat stuff you can get for your home. See some things that are, you know, it's all handmade work from local and distant artists that come to display their goods there. The other is Crystal Lake. We will have our groundbreaking, which is at the north end of the city, northwest end of the city. It will become, if you will, the gateway to Charlotte Harbor. It will attract an awful lot of ecotourism. There'll be opportunities for kayaking there, nature trails. It's a fabulous park that's been planned, and the groundbreaking on that will be February 23rd for anyone that would like to come out and participate in the groundbreaking and see some of the renderings for that park. And other than that, looking forward to Fabulous 24 as well.
Great, thank you. Linda, do you have anything else? Or no? Thank you for the invite for that, though. Anybody else have anything? Sir?
Video Springs downtown revitalization took a big step last night. We had our soft opening. I think a lot of people know about we called it the truck park for so many years, but Rooftop at Riverside had their soft opening. It's not like any truck park that I've ever seen. They've done a phenomenal job. It's going to be a linchpin for our downtown. And in speaking to a couple of the folks who have been involved in that, the Sugar Shack, which if you've ever been to one of their concerts, that'll be opening this summer. And then we've got 2 new high-end restaurants that, speaking to the owners, they believe will be open in 2025. So exciting things, a much safer, cleaner, brighter place to come into Video Springs. So I encourage you to come down.
Congratulations.
And awesome Christmas display once again. It is always so well done. If you have missed out on that, please next year put it on your list. The lights are just really delightful. It's a really wonderful evening.
Please do not recruit our staff.
Great. Anybody else have anything else?
I have one thing.
Cameron?
A few people have joined us since we took our picture before the meeting, so we're gonna, if you don't mind, we're gonna do it one more time. So if we could just go right back out where we were and take one more picture, and apologize to the audience as they try to exit. You might want to slip out that way. It might be easier.
I have my hair clipped at the last picture. Now
You did. I don't know how it's going to compete.
humidity now, seriously? I mean,
I know, but we like to have as many of you in the shot as we can get, so thank you.
I think everybody's here, right? We didn't lose anybody?
Correct.
You're in.
We will adjourn and see you February 8th for our picture now. Thank you.